We all want to be someone people find interesting. But what if it went beyond that? What if people didn't just find you appealing? What if you were so magnetic they were willing to go out of their way for you? If they'd cross lines they wouldn't cross for anyone else just to be close to you. That sounds like a lot, but it's closer than you think. In today's video, I'm going to reveal my exact 5-step framework to create that intense level of attraction. If you apply all 5 steps, you'll unlock a level of influence that most people never even knew was possible. Let's get into it. 1. Leveling up your aura. I know, aura sounds like something only teenagers would say, but it actually describes this better than any other word. You know that person. They walk into the room and before they've said a single word, you already know. Something about them is just different. Women feel it immediately, men too. There's just something there, a presence, and you can't quite explain it, but you can't ignore it either. That's aura. And how do you build it? Well, there are many things that play a role. How you present yourself, what you wear, your body language, how well groomed you are, etc. But if you strip all of that back, it really comes down to one thing, your core personality type. Think about the most aura-dominant people you know. Conor McGregor, Cristiano Ronaldo, Keanu Reeves, what do they have in common? McGregor is cocky, provocative, and completely unapologetic. Ronaldo is obsessive, relentlessly driven, and almost ruthlessly focused on being the best. Keanu is calm, humble, and quietly warm. They're all different, but they all share one thing. They are who they are, and they don't apologize for it. They lean 100% into that. You never get the feeling that they're trying to be someone else. And that's what it's all about. Not copying someone else's aura, finding the truest version of yourself and committing to it fully in how you talk, how you move, what you wear, and who you spend time with. So figure out who you are at your absolute core, your most fundamental personality traits, and then turn the volume up on that by 100%. Great, now you know how to build aura, but aura alone isn't enough. Even more important is how you behave when it comes to interacting with other people. And that brings us to 2. Your position in social settings. Look at your friend group. There are always 2 types of people. The first type is kind of in the background. They say something and nobody really reacts. Their jokes don't really land. They get talked over. And mostly, they are the ones getting made fun of or getting disrespected. And then there's the second type. That's the complete opposite. When they say something, people laugh. When they have an opinion, people agree. When they make a decision, the group follows. They set the tone. They lead without even trying to lead. Unfortunately, it's often the people from the second group who make fun of the people from the first group. If you're watching this video, chances are you relate more to the first type than the second. So I'm going to show you how to become the second type, but without putting anyone else down. Generally, it just comes down to one simple shift. Stop needing the group's approval and start bringing value to it. The people at the top of any social hierarchy aren't desperately trying to fit in. They're not monitoring every reaction to see if people like them. They're just fully comfortably themselves, and the group adjusts around them. What helped me personally was actually stepping back from this whole social group thinking. Instead of trying to figure out how to position myself within the group, I just started focusing on myself, doing my best, being at peace with who I am, bringing value to my own life first, not to the group, not to impress anyone, just for me. The positioning took care of itself. When you're genuinely okay with yourself, when you're not desperately looking to the group for validation, people feel that, and almost automatically, they start treating you differently. So stop trying to climb the hierarchy, focus on yourself, and the hierarchy will shift around you. Do you actually know how you currently come across in social situations? Not how you think you do, how you actually do. If you want to find out, you can take our free charisma score test. It takes less than 5 minutes and calculates your exact charisma score as well as your charisma tier. The link is in our bio. 3. How you show up in social interactions. Imagine a friend of yours introduces you to her friend group for the first time. You don't know anyone. 6 people who all know each other well, with their own dynamics, their own inside jokes, and their own unspoken rules. How do you behave? How do you integrate? How do you come across? All of that is being evaluated, whether you like it or not. People are social creatures, they read each other constantly, and here's the thing most people don't realize. You can have the best aura in the world, dress perfectly, and look like a 10. But if you walk into a social setting and make it weird, it reflects on you immediately. The flip side is just as true. You might not be the most attractive or impressive person in the room, but if you're socially smooth, if you make people feel comfortable, if you fit into the dynamic naturally and add something to it, you will outshine people who look better on paper every single time. Social intelligence is one of the most underrated forms of attractiveness that exists. So what does socially smooth actually look like? You walk in calm, not trying to immediately win everyone over. You greet people warmly but without desperation. You listen more than you talk. You find one or two people to have a real moment with instead of performing for the whole group at once. You read the room, match the energy, and adapt to the vibe without losing yourself in the process. And here's something that most people overlook completely. There's an upward spiral that kicks in once you start showing up well socially. When people in a group see that others are drawn to you, that you're someone others want to be around, they want that too. It's almost automatic. You've probably experienced this yourself. Let's say you knew a musician long before they got famous, and then they blew up. Suddenly, everyone is celebrating their music. Now you feel the urge to say, yeah, I've been listening to him for 5 years. I'm so glad he finally gets the recognition he deserves. That's social proof in action, and it works the same way in any group. The moment people see that others find you interesting, they find you more interesting as well. The moment they see that you're someone worth knowing, they want to be the one who knows you well. So show up well, because how you integrate into a social setting determines how people remember you. And keep watching Stravity so you know exactly how to handle any social situation with total ease. And that actually connects directly to the next point, which might be the most powerful one on this entire list. 4. Make them feel like they're the only person in the room. In a world where everyone is constantly distracted, only half present and already thinking about the next thing, the person who gives you their full, undivided attention is unforgettable. Most people are so focused on how they're coming across in a conversation that they forget to actually be in it. And the person on the other side always feels that, even if they can't really name it. So here's what that actually looks like in practice. Put your phone away completely. When someone is talking to you, you're not scanning the room. You're not already forming your next sentence while they're still finishing theirs. You're just there, fully present. Keep your own input to a minimum. Ask questions. Go deeper on what they just said. Make them feel like what they're telling you is the most interesting thing you've heard all day. And do it genuinely because you're actually paying attention. And when you do this, when you're the rare person who is truly present, people feel it immediately. They feel seen and heard, like they actually matter. And that feeling is something they won't forget. They think about it after they leave. They want to find it again. They start coming back to you for it. That's how you make someone desperate for your attention, by making them genuinely feel like they're the only person in the room. But all of this only works if the final pillar is in place. That's the last missing puzzle piece. 5. Have your own stuff going on. We all know that feeling. You're texting with someone and suddenly they haven't responded in 3 or 4 hours, and the longer the silence goes, the more space they start taking up in your head. You start wondering if you said something wrong, whether they're losing interest, what they could possibly be doing that's more important than replying to you. All you can think about is them. This is called the scarcity effect. Our brains are wired to assign more value to things that feel limited or hard to access. When someone's attention suddenly becomes less available, we don't lose interest, we want it more. Most people try to create that effect on purpose. They delay replies to create mystery and make the other person think about them. But here's a much more honest, authentic, and ultimately more powerful way to create the exact same effect without faking anything. Actually be busy, actually have things going on. When your life is genuinely full, when you're working towards something, building something, spending your time on things that actually matter to you, you don't have to fake unavailability. It's just true. You're not playing games. You're just living your life. And people feel the difference immediately. There's a specific quality to someone whose life has real momentum. The way they talk about their week, the energy they carry, the fact that they're not sitting around waiting for your reply because they're genuinely busy with something that matters to them. That kind of person is magnetic in a way that no technique can replicate because it's real. So build something, work towards something. Fill your life with things worth being busy for, not to create an impression, but because a full life is the most attractive thing you can have. So let's quickly recap the 5 points. Your aura sets the first impression before you've even said a word. Your position in social settings determines how people instinctively treat you. How you show up in new social environments determines how people remember you. Making people feel like the only person in the room makes them want to come back for more. And having your own stuff going on makes your attention worth chasing in the first place. Implement all of them and watch what happens. People stop being casually interested in you and start being genuinely drawn to you. The kind of drawn where they go out of their way just to be near you. Which of these 5 points do you find the hardest to implement? Let me know in the comments below and I'll do my best to help you out. And if you found this video valuable, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We post new videos every week. See you in the next one.